all 6 players in on each team here, and we should hopefully be able to get started here shortly, but it's going to have to be a big second map here for 403 if they want to keep themselves alive in this upper bracket. It's going to be tough with the way ISF's playing right now, but, you know, it's certainly doable for them.
It definitely is, and I really want to see them pull something out on Snakewater. Hopefully if they can really use their scout advantage, which should be something that they have on paper. The scout combination of Kraftaz and Zilis should far outweigh the opposing Sneaks and Guz, but we really haven't seen it, especially on Badlands, a map where you'd expect the scouts to be shining. They just didn't quite have the coordination with the rest of the team, and they were getting bossed around a bit by some good coordination, really, more than anything else, by ISF's flank. They knew when not to overextend, and they knew how to capitalize on the damage that a lot of their combo was doing, and they were pumping out that damage very effectively.
Yeah, they really were. The flank, the combo, everything was just firing at all cylinders there for ISF in that first game, working very well together, as you said, very coordinated. So we'll see how that translates here into Snakewater versus Badlands, but let's go ahead here. Take a look into this mid. Fragger's in very early. He's already on top. And Renew is taking so much damage right now. If they can get one more stick onto him, he's going to go down. But now taking heals from them. No frags yet. Happy Crow's going to go ahead and get him, but gets absolutely denied by Entire. So now that's going to be a couple pipes actually coming in from Fragger. He's been doing some work here, and it's going to be a 3-on-3 in this fight. The medic has gone down, though. That spot guard has gone down for them, and Fragger's still in right now. He's going to fall or die off as well. But Entire was over there in kitchen trying to take down Pakaz, but he's gonna go down to Zilis, who was on the point with him, and that's gonna be the first mid win there from 403. So far looking pretty good from them.
That was so interesting. Did you see Fragger's rollout? It was nothing that I've ever seen before. I've never seen a Demoman roll out through that choke and do an extra sticky jump onto the top left in an attempt to completely bamboozle Renew, and it absolutely worked from Fragger. Fragger put out so much damage and had such a stonkingly good mid, but unfortunately, because they lost their medics so early to a great bomb by the roaming soldier Morty,
no!
A headshot comes out, and Pakaz just gets absolutely destroyed. The sniping from Guz rips his head off his shoulders, and there's a huge advantage just gone to waste, an opportunity squandered. Sneaks actually sneaking in though. No, sorry, not Sneaks. That is going to be Kraftaz, who snuck in there and did kill Backyard as well. So they've equalized their medic situation, and it's only Sneaks and Entire left alive. A nice shot actually by Entire there onto Happy Crow, but he does go down to Zilis, and they are going to be able to pick up this 4th point, and they're going to be looking towards last. But wow, what a series of events just then.
Oh my god, that was wicked. That was incredible. I mean, that was just so unfortunate. He was probably just smashing his keyboard after that, after he got taken down on the drop there from the sniper. Guz doing some good work there, but man, that was just crazy back and forth. But now we're going to see both teams hurriedly building up this Uber here, and going to be seeing the last push here soon. Looks like Guz is up on Engineer now. He's going to get a little as well, and they're still running. They actually have Entire on Sniper at the moment, so this is going to be interesting here. See how they can hold this last with this, but a pretty decent setup from them, I think.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting, and it all depends, in my opinion, whether 403 realize that they're running the Sniper Engineer combos. I heard a headshot ring out. That was onto the Demoman Renew, and he went down to such low health there. It's just a good job. He was buffed. The Uber is coming out of the shutter door, and the flank is going to be running into a sentry as well. Oh, the sentry going down instantly though. Renew cleverly focusing it down straight away. Pakaz goes down, and Entire. They're trading bodies left, right, and center. It's a 3v3, but the... Oh, a Fragger! Just getting those 2 stickies onto Morty and Kraftaz to pick them both up in one. But unfortunately, he just couldn't hold off Zilis as well. So unfortunate there from Fragger. He's had a really good game so far. We've only been in it for 4 minutes, but Fragger's really impressing me. But unfortunately, he just can't help the rest of his team dying. The Kritzkrieg as well coming out from 403. Fragger not doing the same rollout as he did before. Maybe that was just a one-time thing. And it looks like 403 have got all the position on this mid already, but their soldiers been juggled in. They've lost both of them right at the beginning. The onus is now on the scouts to really make something happen. Both of them dying to fall damage at once, though. And Renew and Pakaz are the only ones left alive. They do have their Kritzkrieg. They might have to use it defensively just to keep themselves alive here.
Oh no, yeah, that's tough. They had Guz coming in there to finish off Pakas, and now Renew's gonna get caught out by himself. This isn't good for him. Though, Nuaz there didn't follow through to try and finish him off, so that's gonna be the second point over there, and Backart is gonna have this full Uber right now. It's gonna be very tough for them to hold right now, but we do have Kraftaz up on Sniper and Zillis on Heavy, so we'll see if they can get a pick before they come in. Kraftaz trying to get something. They're not even looking towards this right side right now, though. ISF isn't, and they're gonna go ahead and pop straight through the shutter here as they start to come in, as Guz getting on the Heavy, and they're going to finish him off. Fragger is in as well. He was able to get the pipe to finish off Zillis there, and they've gotten a lot of frags on this last point here, mowing straight through them, and that's going to be the cap for them, tying things up here 1-1.
A very quick reply coming out from ISF, and we're going to have to see what 403 can pull out. They need to pick up this map if they want a chance of going through in the upper bracket. So they are going to be running Kritzkrieg again. It didn't work out last time because Pakas and Renew were the only ones left alive. I have a feeling they'll be playing a little more passively this time. They'll be trying to keep everybody from their team alive so that they can repush with this crit. They are playing a little more passively, but it looks like Morty's going to be going aggressive down this left-hand side. He does jump up, but he's completely denied by Sneaks. And Happy Crow as well, taking a lot of damage. But it's Zillis that goes down. And now Happy Crow, the scout of Gus and Sneaks, going absolutely ham on these mid-fights. And completely bossing. But the crit is now active. It looks like Renew and Packers are going to be using their Kritzkrieg. They're desperately trying to get onto the medic, but they can't do it. And US coming in, fragging Packers is going to put an end to that Kritzkrieg. Renew does get two players who were trying to aggress onto his medic, but that is really not enough. And the medic of Backart is going to have his Uber charge in a few moments. He's actually going to be aggressed onto by Morty there. But some good pocketing by Fragger and Gus is going to help him out, and he's going to keep hold of his Uber. It's going to be a full Uber advantage, and they're going to be able to take second and possibly push last with this as well.
It looks like they're still in right now, though. They're bleeding off players. They really need to be careful about this right now, and Kraftas is still in at the moment. They're just... I don't know about this. They're still just bleeding off players, and they're just gonna pop right, or not pop, but jump straight back in here. If they don't get something on this fight, oh my!
Nuaz absolutely donking on Happy Crow and slams him down into the ground to finish him off with the fall damage. Boom, big plays.
Oh man, I had originally missed it. I see him like just get slammed into the ground, but here it comes. They're gonna pop in through lower right now, as they did get some spawns back. 4-3 did, but here they come. ISF just pushing straight in here. They are getting 3 frags now. It's 3 down. Backart is still alive, and Fragger now is cleaning up on all that damage that he put out, and that is going to be the cap for them. Once again, winning 2 straight rounds there. Pretty quick ones as well. It's going to be 2-1.
Yeah, 23 minutes remaining. They are still running Kritzkrieg. Pakas, that seems to be his strategy. It hasn't quite worked the last 2 times, sorry, that they've used it. But Renew did stay alive both times, so he's playing slightly more passive. They just need their team to get in. But again, Fragger with this incredible rollout is really working nicely for them. They completely deny the rest of the 403 team, and they got so much position, but the rest of his team just really not making the most of it. Possibly because Fragger has to be healed so much after the rollout. But now they've got the positional point, but a nice pill comes rolling over and hits Fragger right in the face. So that's going to be the Demoman advantage for Renew, and they're going to be pushing back in with this Kritzkrieg. They really needed Fragger here to deny the Kritzkrieg as it comes in, but actually 403 waiting so long that they're going to have the Uber charge ready, and the Uber is out from Backart just to see now whether he drops or not. No, he does use his Uber. He's going to use it onto Entire, keep the rest of his team alive, and it's going to be an Uber v crit situation. We know what happens during these normally. Renew going down, and the rest of 403 surely soon to follow. As it looks like both of the scouts actually making plays in Sawmill. They're going to be getting onto Nuaz, making a nice little flanking play of their own. They're going to catch Sneaks. This is actually a better situation for 403 than I previously thought it would be. But it looks like ISF are going to be able to pick up the point. But Kraft has come in behind now. He's desperately trying to make a play onto Backart, but Backart's so far away, he just gets caught by Sneaks. And ISF in a good position to push last here with 2 picks. Or they'll just... but they will be pushing into a Kritzkrieg. It'll be interesting to see what Packers and his team do with this, because they are going to have a crit, and Kritzkriegs are best used proactively. Yeah,
I don't know why they waited so long there, back in mid with that. I mean, I realized they were in a bad position, and they have popped it off here. Can they get it? No, the counter pop coming in inside a lobby. It's going to be a fight here. Not looking good for 403 as they are starting to work their way back in. ISF, he was able to get one onto Guz there, but now it's going to be 3 down. Actually, 3 down right now for ISF, and now it's 3 down actually for 403, so the last fight still going on here. Getting on the point is Sneaks. He's getting a lot of cap time. They need to stop it, but they can't do it, as that is going to be another round there over to ISF. That's going to be 3-1, but they need to use, as I was saying right before that, they need to use that Kurtzkrieg quicker. I mean, they were in a bad position, I realize, but I mean, if you give them the opportunity to get their Uber, it's almost useless at that point, so I don't know.
It definitely is, yeah. They needed to be quicker with that. And Fragger again with a really fast rollout. And Packer's actually not running the Kritzkrieg this time. He's running the normal Medigun. Fragger actually really weak though, and now has to tank all the heals. That's going to leave the rest of his team without any, as the 403 team are given a lot of space to move across the point. They are losing frags, bleeding players left, right and centre though, as it's a 4v4 situation. ISF now, tons of space to move forwards, and they do pick up the frag onto Renew. Kraftaz now trying to pressure back out from behind. He's going to be able to move around this kitchen area, but he's given so much distraction and space for Happy Crow and Pack has to move back in. Fragger, they respect Fragger a lot though, and they've just backed off because they realized that he could have put a ton of damage down on them there. I don't think he actually had anything loaded, but Packers and Happy Crow respecting the abilities of the opposing Demoman and just back out of that with their Uber intact.
So here we go. Both teams are going to have this full Uber right now. It was good that Packass was able to keep himself alive, but we're going to just be waiting for the push here. It looks like the combo of ISF is working their way into Saw right now. Getting rid of some of the sticks in there was Renew, but it's just going to be a big spam fest back and forth during this whole little stalemate period here until somebody makes this play to start things off. Looks like they're getting a bit aggressive over there. Renew was. He's taking a lot of spam. He needs to be careful.
US actually is bombing in onto Packass and does manage to drop him. The drop coming out from Packass. He bombed from window, and now the rest of 403 absolutely crumbling here. Only the scouts left alive, and they're not going to be able to contest anything, just taking a fight on the bottom. But Gus actually taking both of them at once. It's a 2v1 situation. He got Kraftas down to 3 HP as well, so a very good play there by Gus, but doesn't quite manage the 2v2. ISF, though, going to be able to pick this up easily, as they do have their Uber charge for last as well. But the spawn's actually coming out from 403, not fast enough, though. And ISF making this 4-1 just off the back of a nice roaming play, and Packass just unable to pop in time.
Yeah, it's really tough. He had no idea that he was coming. I mean, even if somebody calls that on your team inside of your mumble, it's still really hard to get that to get that down. It just happens so quickly. But here we go into this mid. As we take a look and see if 403 can come back here, they need to. Morty getting very aggressive over on the back arc, gets a lot of damage and takes it down. That was a huge play from him right off the start. Very well placed rockets. So now Packass needs to keep himself alive during this fight, and he is very hurt at the moment. He needs to. Oh no, he goes down, but they are able to wipe them on that mid there, and that's going to be pretty even Ubers there. But they do get this mid cap, and wow, that was just a crazy mid there, back and forth.
It really was. We had the multi-bomb right at the beginning, which set the tone of the mid, really, as Backout went down instantly. And then the final bomb in just at the end by Fragger was what they needed to equalize that medic situation. And they've actually got Backout respawning on Kritzkrieg. They're using a defensive Kritzkrieg, which they're going to proactively push out from last with, I would imagine. So the camera will be on Fragger in only a matter of seconds as they tick up their Uber charge. The Kritzkrieg building so fast. Packa's still only on 25%, and back out here almost has his Kritzkrieg. They're going to be moving forward there. Morty is actually hiding on the lower, so it'll be interesting to see whether they run into him. They are going to get spammed a little bit by Morty, but Morty going to go down actually rather than pose any kind of problem. And the camera now on Fragger as he moves forward with this Kritzkrieg. Is he going to be able to catch anybody? Here, the crit is popped and he launches it forward. He managed to pick up Renew. That's the Demo Man. Again, another Kritzkrieg popping off, but he doesn't manage to pick up a frag there. It's onto Kraftaz, and he manages to get that kill, but it hasn't picked up the key target, which was Packass, and he is going to have his Uber charge ready. They've got the second point off that Kritzkrieg though.
I like that play though. They came so close to getting him. He just couldn't get that little bit more damage out of it. He almost picked up Happy Crow too, who now just takes down Sneak. So we'll see what they do with this Uber here. They've lost 2 players though, and they need to be careful not to bleed anymore before they go ahead and use this, waiting for the spawns to come through as they are getting their way back in. So here they go. They do have this, but Backguard's about to get up on that Crits Creek, though, so it's going to be back and forth, though.
Oh!
New gets blasted up into the air, barely staying alive. Oh, my goodness. The pop does come off. New still sitting down low, but Kraftaz is going to finish him off there, and Backguard still has his Crits Creek. They're going to use it as soon as it's over, and they do get it off, but nothing really... not getting any frags with it, really, as the soldier's still trying to get something with it. Can't do much with it, and that's going to be Zillis that goes down, and 403 has worked their way back out into Saw right now, and the second point's going to get capped by ISF, but it's going to be Pakas that has a pretty good Uber advantage right now, but the crits is going to make up for it, though. I think it's going to be just about even. Oh no, Backguard actually going down to Renew. Renew picking up 2 with the stickies and just demolishing them right now. And that is big from them to be able to get Backguard. They're going to have just about 100% Uber advantage here, 80% or so to move into last with if they can start to work their way through, as long as they don't bleed players off. But New bombing back in. Oh, he takes down Pakas. That is huge from New. Oh my goodness, big plays there from him. Nuaz going big to take down Pakas before he could get that, and that's going to save them the trouble of having to hold last without an Uber. And now Backguard is going to have an advantage this time as well, but a lot of players down for them right now, as I can't trying to take a breath here in this action as they do finally now back off, I think, and then that is going to be a hold here inside of lobby for them.
That's really nice of them, giving you a bit of breathing time, Gecks. They just cool it off a little, just to allow you to regain your breath and your composure, and then the madness will start again. They are running a spy, actually. Kraftaz is on the field as a spy. They know that they're going to be facing a big Uber advantage coming out here from Backout. They know that they're going to get pushed upon, so they're sending the spy behind, either to pick Backout or possibly to go for a back cap. I'm not quite sure what his modus operatus will be as he moves down across the grass here. He's scaling the hill. It looks like he wants to get in behind the sniper of Guz at the moment, but he's actually been spotted completely. He does go for a face stab onto Fragger, but that's not going to work at all. He has, however, distracted them long enough for Pakas to build his Uber charge up, and now it's a 5v6 situation with both teams having Uber, rather than a previous situation where Backout had such a huge advantage.
So, as you said, it is that Uber v Uber here, but Morty's going to go down early, which is not ideal for 403 right now. They're still sitting inside a lobby, but now Pac has kind of worked himself back in cheese, just being careful in case the push comes back out, but I don't see them really making a play, as they still have a sniper up as well. Guz is up on that sniper right now, and they have worked their way out of lobby. 403 has. They're kind of sitting back right now, playing defensively, just in case the push comes out, but I think they could start to work their way back in right now. It's going to have to be them that makes the play, but Guz is up inside of the drop-down area right now, and they need to be careful. He's sitting there. Oh, the trap takes down Pakas from Fragger. That's huge from him to be able to get that trap, and that's going to be a drop, and they should be able to push out of this pretty easily, but the force may come back in here, and it does. Good play from the soldier of 403, and that's going to be a good force from them, at least, to not have to worry about having that to deal with later. But Renew, I think, is going to get caught out here as well, having a demo v demo battle with Fragger right now, but the scout's going to come to help clean him up, but Fragger's still very hurt, couldn't take him down, and that is ISF that's going to get to come back out and pick up that second point.
They are going to pick up that second point, and 403 have lost their demo man. They have 12.5 minutes remaining, the score 4-1 in favor of ISF. So the pressure really starting to mount for 403 to be able to start gaining some momentum and take this, flip the whole scoreline around. It looks like it's ISF, though, that are going to be the ones getting aggressive first. Both teams with equal Uber, but they're going to be the ones moving into Sawmill. They trade soldiers, a pocket for Aroma there, and still just posturing around. 5v5 here. It might be 403 actually that are leading this one in as they go with Kraftaz and Renew. They're going to take the Uber fight, but Kraftaz, so weak, does get dropped actually. And now taking 3 players in again, they're flashing it around. The Uber from Pakas just a little bit worse, and Fragger's going to have a field day here. As soon as the Uber runs out, Renew gets absolutely destroyed, but actually trades for Gus. So a bit of poor play overextending, but nice play making that into a trade situation. And Nuas now going to be able to get in from that flank area and cause havoc. A huge good work pocketing there though by Zilic.
He just missed that last rocket onto Packass. He had him so low on health. He barely missed the last rocket. It could have been very, very good from them. But regardless, Blackheart still does have a bit of an Uber advantage here. Looks like 403 starting to work their way back out of Saw right now, though. Fragger was able to take down Zillus with his stickies, so... Kraftas over there, he's getting aggressive on the Guz, but he's able to take him down with that SMG. So now lots of sticky spam back and forth, in and out of Cheese. Looks like Blackheart's going to work his way in with this Uber into Saul here. Still hasn't popped it yet. Packass is not up on it yet. He's so close to getting it. They do pop it off, and he gets one more rocket into Packass, and Tyre does to finish him off right before he can get it. And that's going to demolish them there in that second point and on Saul. And they're going to pick up mid and be building up this Uber to have a pretty nice advantage by the time 403 gets back up.
They're going to have a huge advantage. It's going to be 35% by the time Packass starts healing anybody. So they're going to be able to move forward with this. Still two soldiers down from 403. A sniper on the field from Guz is going to make everybody a little more scared of coming out and contesting this point as well. So everything's stacked in their favor, and another scout pick ringing out across the map. And now they'll definitely be scared of the sniper. But Morty looking like he wants to make a bit of a play here onto Blackheart. He's looking around that cheese area. Might be caught in, but... no, not quite caught by the sticky trap there from Fragger. So a large Uber advantage and a sniper on the field. Those two things not normally indicated to go together, but it looks like the push out from 403 is going to happen actually. All of their players getting really aggressive in lobby and possibly an attempt to pop the Uber out of Blackheart or get an early frag onto Gus. But they've got some players in behind, and now they've managed to drop their scout and Demoman. This is a terrible situation for them to be in. But Renew's up in 5 seconds. He's going to definitely be in as soon as these Uber charges are over. But you'd like him to be in right now to deny a bit of area and pop the Ubers off. He is now here as the Ubers are exchanged on this right hand side. No players exchange for the moment, and the Uber slightly better for 403. They are going to be able to hold on to all of their players and pick up a soldier frag as they now go into the lower area where Entire Rin Supreme. He manages to pick up the frag onto Morty, and the sniper from Guz still active, still going to be popping off shots as soon as any of the 403 players poke their little heads out. And a 20% Uber advantage, a Demoman pick, and a sniper on the field? Yes, please, says ISF as they move in through the left-hand side here. And they're going to just be moving in very slowly with Gus having so much room.
Happy Crow's gotten himself on top. Oh, he eats a pipe up there, and I think Entire's trying to finish him off, but can't finish him there. So now Blackheart just about up on that Uber right now. Nuaz does get Zillus, and they're going to be one down. It's a scout, not the end of the world, but not ideal either. As Krafthouse is actually able to take down Guz, so that's going to be the sniper out of the field, which takes a lot of stress off of you if you're 403 right now. And it looks like they're working their way into lobby. Renew needs to be careful. He gets caught out a decent bit sometimes. He needs to be careful here not to go down before this. Packa's still waiting on his Uber, now just getting it. As they're still sitting in this lobby, they're getting aggressive though. They're just pushing out of last, which is something you don't see all that often, but here they go. They pop it right out here, and Nuaz is going behind them. They need to be careful. The counter pop has come in. 403 has lost a couple of players. Nuaz still down in lower. Oh, Renew getting rocked by an air shot there, and Entire's just about to finish him off. Make that sneak who finishes him, and that is going to be rolling straight through them here as ISF as they get the wipe on last, and they get this cap. It's going to be 5-1, and I'm not sure how I feel about 403. They're trying to push out of last with that Uber. It's a risky play.
It definitely is. I guess they felt like the time was ticking down and they really needed to make a play. The score was 4-1 with 8 minutes remaining. It's now 5-1 with 7.5 minutes remaining. They have made it worse for themselves. Maybe that's going to be something they regret at the end of this map. Fragger on the top left-hand side again doing this rollout, and Renew only down to 40 HP. Fragger going to drop down now as the aggression is surely poised to come out from ISF, but it's not quite going to work like that as the bombing soldiers do come over from 403 and they are picking up all of the frags. Only Happy Crow now going down, but Sneaks and Fragger are going to be caught in their sights. Sneaks, the only one left alive on 40 health, is going to be focused down very quickly, and the pistol coming out there from Kraftaz is going to secure the final kill for a full wipe from ISF. This is exactly what they needed, 403.
Yeah, exactly what they needed, as you said. And what was it? Happy Crow really actually made a wicked play there right before he went down to take down Blackheart there, which was a huge from him. And now they do have this full Uber. They should have somebody getting on second here shortly, which they are doing, and they're looking like they're about to come out here. They only have two heavy classes with them right now. It's just the medic, demo, and soldier. They do have the full Uber, though. They're going to have to go with it soon. And they do have an engineer up right now, ISF does. So here they come with this Uber. They do pop it off as there is a sniper to avoid dropping. So here they come. They need to get this round right now. And they do have a heavy up, and they're not going to be able to focus him quite enough, I don't think. Medic caught out by himself. Oh, no, they actually do get 3 frags. It's 3-on-3 right now on this last point. They do have a heavy. I don't think that they can get this, as Bakar does have quite a bit of Uber advantage now, and they got so much cap time on that and just couldn't finish it off. Very close last fight there, but that is going to leave room now for ISF to come back out and pick up the second point here shortly. I think, yeah, here comes Nuez.
Yeah, they are going to push out there. That was huge plays from 2 players there. Renew, as he popped the Uber in, got 3 frags, and then New, without an Uber, managed to pick up 3 frags of his own to defend. The Uber now coming out from Bakar on offense as they try and pick up this second point and move into mid. They do still have Sneaks on heavy, so he's just going to be moving in behind everybody else, providing a bit of artillery fire as he revs up that heavy weapons gun and piles the hurt into everybody else. He's found a demo man who was already weak, trying to hide in that sawmill, and the flanking heavy weapons guy does pick up that frag. The Uber popped out of Happy Crow and Pacas as well, but they're not going to be doing anything with it. Happy Crow positively scared of Sneaks on heavy, and they just back off there. They're three up at the moment. They do manage to pick up a frag onto Gus. That's going to help them out, but I don't think it's enough, and they're going to really have to bond together and blob up if they want to be able to pick up Sneaks, and they definitely don't want their demo man to go down. The class with the most potential to take down that heavy is currently off the field for 403. And he's now just pushed in, fighting Happy Crow. Happy Crow with the heals actually managing to take him down. Sneaks not quite hitting his chain gun quite how he'd want it, and they're going to be moving through with this Uber charge.
Pacas managed to get himself out. He was very close to dying, though. They're getting a lot of frags on the 403 right now. ISF is fragger eating a stick, and now we have Zillis trying to get back in to get some more damage out on him and finish him off. They are actually able to do so, and now 403 only with 2 players up right now. This isn't good. Once these guys go down, they're going to die, as they have one trying to get back. Oh, they're getting the spawns. It's going to be close. Soldiers getting back out on the point. They are going to make it in time, as they were aware of the spawns coming in. So here we go. It's going to be even Ubers here. Just about Entire is inside a lobby right now. Scout sees him. They're going to have a bit of a battle here on second, as Zill is still going for him. He eats a rocket. Entire is pretty hurt, but actually gets an arrow from Bakar, and that's going to help him greatly. But the second scout getting on him to try and help, when Entire is going to take him on one by one there. Fragger actually getting that finishing pipe, but right now Pacas is actually out. Oh no, he's very close to eating more damage, going down. I think he's going to eat a stick here. Gets an arrow into Fragger, but he's going to go down to the sticks here, and that is going to be all left up to Morty, and it's not going to happen, says ISF. And that will be 6-1, the game and the match. Right there, ISF taking it 2 maps to none.
They definitely have, and that was slightly more one-sided than I had predicted. ISF showing that they are definitely the big boys of this tournament. They will be going onwards to face against Mike +5, and that is going to be a game and a half. We will definitely be bringing you that. That's the top 2 teams that have managed to get through this. They will be facing each other in the upper bracket semi-finals. But of course, 403 has still got enough time to work their way through the lower bracket and end up in the grand finals. If they manage to wiggle their way through a slightly more convoluted path, they will find themselves there. They just have to beat everybody else, and whichever team from ISF or Mike +5 actually loses. So they need to up their game a little bit if they want a chance of that. But it's certainly possible. It certainly could be on the cards for them.
Yeah, certainly. It's definitely not over yet for them. It's a tough road back, but they can definitely do it. And we just got the stats here from this last game, and the DPM coming out from a few of the players here on ISF was just crazy. Fragger sitting at 383 DPM, going 31-13 over the course of that match. Just huge numbers coming out from him, and Entire as well, just putting up some pretty big numbers there. 345 DPM and going 25-12. Just all around excellent play from ISF, and they're looking very, very strong moving through the rest of this tournament here. So we'll see how they face off against Mike here, but it's gonna be they're looking pretty good at this point, putting out numbers like that. So just big stuff from them.
Yeah, definitely. It's huge plays by Fragger. He's the man of the match for me, going 31 for 13, and as you say, hitting a ridiculous amount of DPM. So Renew just unable to really keep up. The difference really being the amount of deaths. The DPM not particularly that far behind. It's a little bit behind Fragger, but he was just outplayed in a lot of situations, overextending, throwing his life away, not really benefiting his team in a few of these holds. But the people I'm most disappointed with, frankly, are the scouts. I feel like they really need to step their game up if 403 want a chance of really turning their fates around in this tournament. I know that they performed very well previously, and I know that they definitely have the potential to perform very well, Zillis and Kraftaz, and they do have their rare moments, but the problem is that they are fairly rare, and they were completely outshone this game and the previous map by Sneegs and Guz, which you wouldn't think on paper, judging by their previous performances, but they just haven't found their stride this LAN, and they really need to find it if they want a chance of winning.
Yeah, I think that, and that with the combination of their demo, just in that game especially, dying entirely too much, dying 21 times there. You can't have your demo dying that much. You need him up to get the frags out, get the DPM. It's just you want him to die a little bit less overall there, but definitely not over for them, as we were saying. They still have plenty of room to come back through. Well, not a whole lot of room, but they definitely have the room to come back through in the lower bracket and get into the finals. But regardless there, IsF looking very solid, 6-1 on that map, 5-0 on the first one. So they're definitely going to be a big threat moving through the rest of this tournament. One of the teams to beat for sure.
Absolutely, and it will be very interesting to see how they compete when they clash against Mike plus 5. They do have, of course, the inherent advantage that they are a team. They do play in tournaments together. Previously to this, they're not just a random mixed team that's been shoved together like Mike plus 5. So they will have better team synergy, better coordination, and they will have these set strats that they can whip out at any given moment. Whereas Mike plus 5 really have to rely on their combined knowledge of the game and just ability to DM in order to get themselves through it. They just have to wing it a little bit, basically. And so far, that's worked out for them, but they haven't really faced any tough competition yet, in my opinion. TEZC, really the strongest team that they've come up against, and TEZC not really strong compared to either 403 or IsF, so that'll really be interesting to see how that happens. Of course, at the previous Lithuania LAN as well, it was the team that went all the way through the lower bracket that managed to come out on top. That was the Enigma Zone crew, got knocked down to the lower bracket, managed to come all the way back to the grand final and actually beat Aegola in the grand final. So anything is definitely possible. The Lithuanian curse of those who go through the upper bracket may well live on for Mike plus 5, or indeed IsF if they manage to beat Mike plus 5 in this upper bracket semi-final.
Yeah, it's going to be, regardless, a very interesting match. I'm excited to see that one, see how Mike plus 5 can face off against, an established team where they really have that chemistry and synergy together. And as you said, not necessarily relying on that individual skill and collective knowledge of the game. So it's going to be a good one. I'm not sure if that's coming to us soon here. We're going to have to take a quick break before we head over to that one. I'm not sure exactly what the status is, but hopefully we'll be able to bring that one to you guys here rather shortly, because that is definitely going to be one of the matches of the day here for this tournament, I believe.
Absolutely will be the match of the day so far. Before we get into the later stages of the tournament, the upper bracket semi-final, that is, and we are going to be taking a short break before we go to it. The teams are possibly going to be waiting for the lower bracket game between 403 and Garaz to finish before they start that. I'm not sure. We need to confirm those details. As well as the maps need deciding, because we have moved now out of the fixed map stage of the tournament and the teams are going to be picking maps themselves. It's a heavy fist fight to determine who gets to ban the first map, so hopefully we'll be able to catch that on camera as well, because heavy fist fights to decide maps are always hilarious. It's a ridiculous way to choose, but it's more fun than flipping a coin. And so the way that will work is that the team to win the heavy fist fight gets to ban the first map from the map pool. The team that lost gets to ban the second, then the third, and then there'll be 3 maps remaining. Of those, the team that won gets to pick the first map to be played, the other team gets to pick the second, and then the decider map is the one that remains. So that is how the maps are getting picked for this upper bracket semi-final between ISF and Mike Plus 5. We will be taking a short break before we go into that though, and yeah, thank you for joining us on TFTV. This is the coverage of Beta LAN 2014 powered by Zowie Gear. Please check out the articles on TFTV if you want to have a look at the brackets or the prizes or the rosters, and we will be coming back to you with team comms hopefully as well for that game, as well as possibly a webcam and some other lovely little surprises. So stay tuned on TFTV.